There's only one thing that I would do if I wanted to make my first $5,000 online if I had to start all over again. And the best part about this particular strategy is you don't need any of your money to get started, and it's extremely beginner friendly. So almost anyone watching this video can get started as long as you're willing to put in the work. Now, before we dive into it, I want to make sure it's clear that this wouldn't be my first time using this strategy to make $5,000 online. In fact, I've even made $11,000 in a single month doing just this. And on top of that, I've helped plenty of people from all over the world use this strategy to make 5K online. Like David, who's 18 years old and just wrapped up a $7,000 month this past July. So this isn't my first rodeo. Now, the first steps towards getting to that 5K a month mark is going to require different actions from you. Put it this way, the person watching this video cannot make $5,000 online. You want to know how I know? Because if you could have, you would have already done it. So what needs to happen? Well, you need to identify what the person that makes the 5K a month mark look like. Are they a disciplined individual? Do they stop when things get hard, or do they push past their limits and commit once they make a choice? Make sure these questions have a specific answer, because if this version goes out and tries to make that 5K a month online, I can almost guarantee you're just gonna fall flat on your face. The only thing that's gonna happen is you're gonna waste your time and then blame everything else but yourself. So please do not skip out on this step. Once you've done the necessary work internally, it's time to go make some money. So how do we get started? Well, first of all, we've got to become valuable. If you're new to the online business space, you've got to just accept the fact that you bring zero value to the table. And this isn't your fault. Everyone who makes money online now started exactly where you're at. It's just a matter of figuring out how to navigate past this that'll make all the difference. How do you become a valuable individual in the online business space? Well, you've got to develop some high-level skills. And by far, the skill that can make you the most valuable in the shortest amount of time is becoming a 1% setter. All you have to do is learn the skill set of taking a business owner's prospect and turning them into a qualified booked call onto their calendar. And the funny thing is, most of you watching this video probably already know how to do half the work because you've all texted people. And this is the exact same thing. You're texting people, having genuine conversations, asking a couple of questions, and then pitching a sales call. That'll eventually lead to a close, which will then lead to commission for you because of this conversation that you had over text. Just for some context around what the work actually looks like for a 1% setter is you're basically asking questions and you're determining whether or not this prospect that you're speaking to is going to be a good fit for the program that you're partnered with. So if you're a 1% setter for a weight loss coaching program, then you're going to be asking questions like, how long have you been struggling with losing this weight? Or is there any particular reason why now is the time to do so? Once it's clear that the prospect that you've been texting has real pain and they have the potential to buy the coaching program, it's really as easy as just suggesting a sales call. Check out this video if you want a more in-depth training on this skill set alone. Now that we know what vehicle is going to get you from 0 to 5K a month, how do we actually get started? Well, the only thing that needs to happen now is you need to find a role to work in, which brings up the question, who needs a 1% setter? I'd highly recommend leaning towards the online education space because there is a huge demand for people that can save business owners time just by taking care of their DMs. And you can find these business owners almost anywhere on the internet. Just a couple of examples are Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. Anywhere a business owner can have a conversation with a prospect is where you're probably going to want to touch base with them. So reach out to them. Build a genuine connection and see if they need help with having to book calls onto their calendar using Instagram, Twitter, or LinkedIn. Once enough time and energy has been dedicated towards finding and landing a 1% setter role, all that's left is to start generating results. And this all comes down to input. The more input you give towards getting better at the skill set, along with getting more people onto the sales calendar, then the higher chance you have of reaching that 5K a month mark. At that point, it's pretty much inevitable. It's just a rinse and repeat cycle of getting better, getting more qualified people onto sales calls, and just watching the magic happen right before your eyes. And before anyone second guesses whether this works or not, the results pretty much speak for themselves. This is Calvin. Calvin joined my program wanting to be set free from the job that he had working at his local gym, making a whopping $800 every single month. I personally trained him on the skill set. I helped him land a role, and his first month he did $5,000. The next month he did $10,000. almost taking my personal record out. Now, I know a ton of you watching this video have extremely high hopes of being in the position that Calvin is in now, but he did the work. The only question that lies is, are you going to do the work? Because the blueprint is in front of you. Now it's just time to execute. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you guys have any specific questions, my Instagram is down below, so feel free to send me a message. I personally respond to everybody that comes from the YouTube channel, so I'll be waiting over there. I'll see you all in the next one.